So I would go very quick and just go through the process of what we're thinking, how we're building with FVM for the whole storage onboarding flow as well as the retrieval flow. And then make sure you guys understand the process and why each component is showing up, why we're working on them, and maybe think about what's the potential problem we can fix. So let me go very quick. The first slide is let's go through about storage procedure. I guess all of you guys all know, so I'll go very quick. So without FVM, the flow will be clients directly go through the process of making storage deal with storage provider, and then they need to get the funds ready to pay the transaction fee or use the data cap, and as well as preparing the data to send to storage provider. And then once they're ready, they need to go on chain to propose a storage deal with storage provider, and they can pick whatever storage provider they want to do, and the storage provider will pick up the deal, seal the data, generating the proof, sending to the chain. And then a lot of this process actually happened off chain, right? And there's a couple things in there, and we need to think if we can fix with FVM. For example, if we want to build a truly decentralized platform, what can we move on chain with FVM? And currently, there's storage data states on chain. How can we interact with them? Like, how do we make sure that all the storage deals are healthy? How do we fix the problem when it happens? How do we renew? As well as the incentive that you're talking about for the retrieval, right? Like, there's a building incentive for storing data, but like, what about retrieval? And now they are doing their like volunteering job to providing the retrievability. Those are the things that we are thinking with FVM. We can maybe build something around it to improve those. So that's and then when FVM landed in March, we start thinking through as well as working towards the goal that we want to build. So the first thing we think is now with the smart contract, which part we can build on chain to make it more decentralized. And then with that idea, the whole team start working on the client contract. The purpose of the client contract is we can automate a storage deal on chain through smart contract. So storage provider can listen to that smart contract event and then be able to pick up the storage deal and pack, seal, send it on chain for the proving, and then getting the reward, whatever they can. And then we have that implemented and then push to the developers to use. And then we realized, oh shit, there's an issue that storage provider are not picking up a deal. Why is that? Because that use case is mainly used by a lot of Web3 application. And then the data they send on chain is like 5K, 1 megabit. And the storage provider look at it like, that's too small. That's the first issue. They're not going to just pick up the deal and then pack into their 32 gigabit, 64 gigabit of a sector, right? That's the first scenario. And then I know that in some of the SPs, they can wait until they get enough deal pack into 32. But that will be like 2 days and 3 days to get all this data. So it might take a lot longer time to get the deal. And then a developer come in and ask, I published the deal, where is it? They don't know that they have to wait for the aggregation process for like a long, long time. And then with that problem in mind, we have to make sure the deal aggregation can also happen on chain as well. And we'll be able to use the smart contract to send the storage deal and let aggregator to aggregate and then generate the proof for those clients to be able to verify if their data are included into a sector. And then we start working on the deal aggregation. It could be on-chain aggregation, it could be like off-chain aggregation. Lighthouse are building both of the solution. And then as well as the POSI, which is the proof of data segment inclusion. And once that is kind of finished, that developer can start using it. And we need to think about what next step is, how can we interact with the storage states on chain, right? Like if we want to build a perpetual storage, how do we make sure that the data will be keep renewed? How can we know that the data, the sector is not healthy, and if the deal is expiring? And those will be taken care of by the ROS, what we call is the replication, renew, and repair as a service. And with the ROS come in, that we have to have the smart contract be able to get the storage deal and keep monitoring the health of those deals. And that could be done with aggregator, and that could also done by other service. Like if there's a entity coming want to build a a ROS service and let the aggregator to do their job, and then you can separate the two components, and that would become a two solution for the builders who want to build. It could be fully hosted ROS. Lighthouse is building that solution. They're providing the ROS node feature, which is monitoring the deal and kicking the cron job to verify the deal state, as well as doing aggregation to giving the clients the ability to send a deal, as well as register the repair renew job with the Lighthouse. Right? That's the solution. And then also do the self-hosted solution that you can separate the ROS node feature with the aggregation process. On-chain aggregation is we can put all this process in the smart contract to do the aggregation. Not yet, not fully yet, but like we want to push that. That would be another step close to the decentralization, hopefully. Okay, that's all the process that we walk through, and then that's why we're working on the client contract and do aggregation with ROS as well. And I will go to give you guys a little bit update on what's going on right now. And then first, let's look at the client contract. The different for the client contract is this part. I mean, the data preparation, everything looks the same, but the different part is sending the proposal on chain. So basically, we send a storage proposal in the smart contract. Smart contract will be able to emit events that storage provider can listen. And then Boost already support that feature to listen the on-chain events to grab the deals. And they can also aggregate the deals if they want to, but it takes a long time. And that's the process of a client contract. And currently, it's implemented. We are working on the maybe next version of V1, having the SP pooling features and deal monitor feature and stuff for the next version. But the fully implemented version is currently at V0, right? V0. But like this will be the use case more suitable for the larger data deals. If they are too small for like NFT and then a game, that's not a good solution for them. But like, what's the solution for them? That's the aggregation. And then the aggregation, now we are mainly on the off-chain aggregation process. It's only the process of tracking the deals and sending the proof back to for those deals or doing on-chain, which is this process. Just getting all the files, and then the process is recorded on-chain. And once the SP or the aggregator finish aggregation, they need to send back the pot size, and that process is recorded on-chain. Currently, I think Lighthouse and Safari, hopefully you guys are interested to build a full off-chain solution. And then that's, I already talked about the process. It's like submit the CID and then be a bit complete, and then sending back the pot size proof. This part is happen on-chain with the smart contract and then aggregator. So for the on-chain aggregator, this part might happen on-chain as well. That would be ideal. And then it's a ROS. The ROS is to making sure that your storage deal on-chain can fulfill what the clients want. For example, if I'm a client, I want store my data with five SPs in different region, right? And I can specify that when I propose a deal. And then the whole ROS needs to be able to help me to monitor if those deals exist in 5 regions. And if they're expired, I need to renew it as a perpetual storage solution. And then if a sector goes down because the SP operation have some issues, and then ROS need to be able to pick that and then be able to propose another deal with other storage provider. And that will get involved 2 components. First is going to the aggregator, be able to register that deal for like replication, renew, and repair. If I want to repair, if I want to renew as a perpetual storage. As well as another component as a ROS node, and they will be able to monitor the CID on-chain, going through the APIs or going to the chain states or going to the sector states to be able to find out what they need to do accordingly, renew, repair, replication. So if we talk about the full hosted solution, which means the hosted the entity will have to build a ROS node as well as aggregation. So if we're thinking about a self-hosted solution that aggregation just need to provide the feature be able to register the job for the replication renew or repair. And there will be other entities or yourself come in and host the node, which means you have to keep monitor the health of the storage tier for yourself. And that's the overhead job for the aggregation, and that's basically what the builders want. For example, if I want to use a fully hosted solution, just store my data permanently and reliably, I would just go choose the self-hosted solution to use, basically Lighthouse. But if I'm building something, I just need to use aggregation, and I want to provide a ROS feature, and I will build that solution, and I can just use a completely decentralized solution to do that. Sorry, I think we want to give a little bit of update about the aggregation. Forgot about that. So something that the team is discussing right now about aggregation is how decentralized it could be, right? Currently, that the process of having Lighthouse supporting us, Web3 storage for us, and Savannah for us, but some of the processes are happening off-chain, which means we're relying on Lighthouse and Web3 storage on that. But what happened if those services shut down, have some issue with maintenance, and the clients will not be able to use it? So we want to have a fully decentralized solution that this feature doesn't really rely on a central point, which means when Lighthouse is done, and we'll still be able to interact with the smart contract on chain to finish the aggregation and to read the data for your inclusion proof and all your deals. So that will completely become a decentralized aggregation process. So we don't worry if any entity go down, and then that's part of the smart contract should fix. And that's something that we're discussing. Hopefully we'll be delivering that this end of this year or next year, hopefully. Yeah, okay. And then also retrieval. I'll skip that, the process, but currently we know that retrieval have things that we want to fix, and then how to discover SPs, how to make sure they're more reliable and reachable. And also, how can we incentivize the retrieval provider be willing to provide the retrievability over the network and also the efficiency? I know that retrieve.org, that's something that CryptoNet Lab proposed. The whole structure or whole intention is using smart contract, using a design in getting involved with the referee on the network to making sure the retrieval provider are willingly or getting incentivized to provide the retrievability on chain. And that's just a design that they proposed, and hopefully there will be a team coming and then build a solution, getting the smart contract involved, and then have the extra referee network to helping the clients to be able to appeal and process making sure your clients were getting your data if they propose a more reliable deal on chain. Okay, I guess this is just a very quick update on what we are doing with FVM on the programmable storage and how we are doing it. Maybe if any guys are interested, Lighthouse want to build in more feature around it, welcome to do it. Okay, now next up we have a Lighthouse talk about what's the progress they have made on the programmable storage.